Hey guys, it's Ariel, celebrity makeup artist, better known as Makeup by Ariel on social media. I am so excited to be here with Maybelline and Sienna today.
Hi guys, it's Sienna May Gomez, better known as Sienna May Gomez on social media. And today, keep watching to see how Ariel did this beautiful complexion look.
I'm gonna be doing Sienna's brows first. I feel like brows are the foundation to the entire makeup look. I'm using the new Tattoo Studio Brow. This has a 36-hour long wear, you guys. Kind of fire for those people who are not really into touching up too much throughout the day and just want something that's locked and sealed and set. So I'm gonna start off filling in little gaps at the outer corner of her brow. What's amazing about this product is how it glides on. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in towards the arch of the brow. And I'm not going far off of her natural shape. Sienna has a really beautiful eyebrow. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the back end, like the little spoolie, to comb out whatever excess product we don't want. As you get towards the front of the brow, you wanna have a lighter hand so that the brow has a really pretty fade. Once I kind of have the top filled out, I can kind of gauge how much more I wanna add to the brows. I'm gonna go ahead and seal that with a little bit of brow gel. We are currently using the Maybelline NY Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Mascara.
Yes. I use this brow gel too.
And what I like to do, and so does Sienna, is we like a little bit more of a fluffy brow on her. So we're gonna go ahead and comb the hairs in an upright position. They're gonna get locked into place and all of that will dry down. So if you guys could tell how much fluffier and prettier that brow is.
You got some pretty intricate nails there.
I love my nails. I feel like they've become such a huge part of me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because before, like, I feel like I had a hard time like accepting my sexuality and just who I am as a person, or even finding out what that was.
Mm-hmm.
And it just became a thing of more of like empowerment for me and like accepting myself.
Mm.
And yeah, so like my nails are not just like nails to me, they're more like a form of like, this is me and like I'm accepting myself, you know?
I love that. We need to go get some nails done together.
I would love that.
Oh my gosh, let's go get our nails done.
So I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize Sienna's skin. I feel like it's really important to hydrate the skin and create like a nice base for the makeup to lay on. Doesn't matter how young, how old you are. I think it's really important to keep the skin hydrated underneath makeup in order for it to like lay really pretty. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be mixing these two concealers in the shade 130 Medium and 144 Caramel. This is the Instant Age Rewind Correcting Concealer. I really, really love this concealer, you guys. There's something really beautiful about how blurring it is and how beautiful it fills in like fine lines. And if you, I mean, she doesn't have that problem, but. So today I'm using the Super Stay Foundation by Maybelline. I'm using the color 332 in the shade Golden Caramel, because we're golden out here. If you guys could see how dreamy and velvety her skin looks in person.
Oh, thanks.
This foundation just lays so pretty on the skin.
It's really light too. Usually
Doesn't feel like much, huh?
Yeah, usually I don't like wearing like a ton of makeup because I don't like the feel of like having something on, you know, because I just feel like caked up. But like this foundation and the concealer, it just feels like
super lightweight.
Yeah, it almost feels like nothing.
So I'm gonna continue and press in her foundation into the skin. I'm gonna go back in with the two concealers that I used before. I'm gonna dispense some of the darker one in the back of my hand, a little less than the lighter one. We're gonna go ahead and highlight her under eye and the center of her face to bring back dimension. And I'm gonna go ahead from the side of her nose, bring down like a little like upside down triangle. I don't take it directly into the lash line because I'm gonna blend that. But I start patting my concealer with a concealer brush. You can go in straight with the product as well. And I cut my concealer from the lash line up to create a little bit more of a lift into the eye. And as you guys can see, it's kind of like this little upside down triangle to create light right there in the center. So you guys can see I'm taking it pretty high on the sides of the nose. This kind of narrows in the nose and makes it look nice and pinched.
You don't like my natural nose?
I am not saying that. And just tap that into the skin. So I'm going in with the same brush and the concealer. This is just like a small concealer brush. And I'm gonna draw a line from the center of her nose up. Oh my God, this is so much pressure. And we're gonna go ahead and blend that out into the forehead. So that thin line is gonna create the illusion of the bridge of your nose just looking a little bit more lifted and thinner and beautiful and gorgeous. And not that your natural nose isn't gorgeous already. Like I said, just in pictures, it'll enhance it. Yeah. So this, you wanna apply it in a nice halo shape on the forehead. As I'm blending it out, I'm turning the Beauty Blender into a half circle. And that'll create like a beautiful light towards the center of the face, just lifting that area. I kind of leave that line to rest there for a little bit, and once it's slowly drying, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out, but before that, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of more of like a cream contour. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline foundation in the shades 355 and 375. We're using such little amounts, it's just enough to give some color to the skin and contour and bronze the skin a little bit. I prefer to use creams or liquids to contour because I just feel like it gives the skin a more realistic look versus adding so much layers of powder onto the skin. This gives me a more just airbrushed, glowy finish. I'm not mixing too much of the darker shade into it. I'm using mostly the lighter shade. So I'm gonna be using a dome-shaped powder brush. I'm dipping into the product. I'm taking most of it off on the back of my hand. This also warms up the product before it hits the skin. I'm gonna press it into her hairline to make sure that all of it is blending nicely. So now I'm gonna take the same product and press it into the hollows of her cheekbones. And it looks intense, but we're gonna blend that out.
I feel pretty already.
You are pretty without all of
I feel
this.
enhanced. Pretty.
And bringing in the bronzer this close to the apples of her cheek, for me, starts building a base for my blush. So when you're applying blush, it's the first thing to disappear on the skin. And I feel like if you have a darker base behind it, you'll always have some color in the face and you won't lose that dimension. Cute. Lastly, I'm gonna take a little bit more of the contour, dust it off on the back of my hand again. I'm gonna go ahead and place the contour right underneath the jawline. And this is gonna make sure that all of this is nice and tucked away if we have anything that we don't want showing. I'm taking this small blending brush and I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the center of her nose, going in the same direction of the line that I applied on the center of her nose. And we're just gonna go ahead and buff that out. I'm not losing the definition of the line too much. We just want it to lightly buff away, but still be present. The next thing we're gonna do is apply this Maybelline NY Cheek Heat Sheer Gel Cream Blush. I really love this formula. It's super sheer and pretty. You can wear it without makeup. You can wear it on your makeup, however you please. You wanna make sure you're applying it on the apples of the cheek and not all the way back into your contour. It's not as youthful. I'm gonna go ahead and take whatever's left on my brush and hit the chin, grab a little more, hit the tops of the forehead. So now we're gonna use the Lasting Fix Banana Powder. This powder has a really beautiful smoothing, blurring effect to the skin that I really enjoy because we don't want to do the most and apply the most powder, but we want it to matte out the center of the skin. We want, to control the oil where we don't want it. So this is actually a trick that I learned from Sienna because I don't normally do this, but I love learning new things, and she loves her freckles on her face. It's become like a part of her brand and her image, and I feel like, go ahead, take it away, girl.
So normally I use the Brow Ultra Slim from Maybelline New York on my eyebrows, but I've also found that I use the lighter brown, which is shade 255 Soft Brown for my freckles. So it's very just like careless, wherever.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's being really kind right now because yesterday she was like.
And at first they look kind of crazy and very like dotted, but then I go in with a blending brush or a beauty blender after, and I
diffuse them.
Exactly.
To seal the deal, I'm gonna use this Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade number 30, Rose Clear. I'm gonna go ahead and just like softly apply a little bit right over those freckles, and like this is gonna seal that blush application that we applied before. And I'm gonna take some at the tip of the nose, and then you can just drag it down into the blush. The beautiful Sienna, this is kind of like before the freckles, this is kind of like the signature Ariel beat on the face. And then with a little touch of the freckles, it becomes Sienna, Ariel, you know? Sienna. Ariel x Sienna x Maybelline. So this is our final look, and this is the beautiful complexion that we created today on Sienna.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Maybelline channel. And thank you to Ariel for everything.